probably don't even like thinking about, you know, the time you did in there, the feds and stuff. But one thing that was live as fuck is that you got to link up with Pooh Shiesty in there.
What's up, man? You know what the fuck going on, man. We still chilling, no telling. You know what I'm saying? Live from Victorville Penitentiary, middle of the jungle. Shout out to my boy 44, man. We locked in here. We locked in like Jamaican trees, shorter than a midget leg. You know, niggas just putting on like a lawn, man. Freedom member, big brother.
Yeah, man. You know, I ran into Kodak too. I was dealing with Kodak for a little bit. But Shiesty had got on the. I was rapping through the phone. I don't like the sound quality of stuff I was doing, but man, bro, in there is just, you know, I just had to stay busy. I dropped a book. I did all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I was in Victorville. I remember he was in quarantine. You know what I'm saying? I had shot on my book while he was in there, but he went to the other side of the prison. You know what I'm saying? And then there was some young dudes that were on the yard that was already telling them about me. So when I had seen him, I think we was like an education. I think he'd always go get his hair done and stuff, you know. And you know, I always been the type of dude, I ain't gonna ride nobody's dick. Like I'm always been like, even when we doing shows out here, I kind of regretted it later. You know what I'm saying? Like but I'm just that type of dude. So same way. So when I seen him, it's just, you know, but I ain't really say nothing to him. But after a while, you know, he pulled up on me and was just like, he asked me about, cause he was doing like a little rap thing on the yard. You know what I'm saying? And but the yard was split, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there. But they didn't even end up bringing the equipment, so he didn't go out. I still showed up though. We was out there rapping on the yard like 8 Mile and stuff. Just, you know what I'm saying? No beats or nothing, you know. But then I ended up, what happened was they had made a college dorm. So I had my whole bid, I had always like, man, I want to do college, but I always was in and out the shoe getting in trouble. So I had an opportunity to start college. So I signed up. And what was crazy is that I didn't know, but he had signed up the same time too. So they made this dorm and like they moved us at the same time in that dorm. You know what I'm saying? And then he was right under me and I was on top of him. So I had him in my vent and we'd be locked down a lot. So he'd be like, look out, 44, you know, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, hey, shoot your line or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll shoot my line or whatever, help him out. But yeah, so we were just dealing with each other like that. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, it was funny because you see a lot of dudes just like following them around and, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, like real recognize real, bro. And you know, I had a store too, so he used to come spend some money with me. I even put him on that TDC spread, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all, that nigga really from Austin, man. He really from Austin. Hey, so when he recorded the thing, right, he was like, he was talking to Jumbo on the line. So Jumbo was the one recording over the phone and he like, yeah, man, I used to live in Austin. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I used to go to high school over there. I was like,
I think I heard that too.
I was like, you from Austin, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because then when I went to Beaumont Medium, you know what I'm saying? There was a Paisa over there too. And a young Paisa about his age, and he goes, hey, bro, I know you probably ain't gonna remember this. I got that Paisa on my Facebook. I can't remember his name because he hit me up too. He's like, I know you probably ain't gonna remember this. I said, you probably ain't gonna believe me. I was like, what? He goes, man, I used to go to school with that fool. I said, nah, he told me, you know. But I mean, you know, he from where he from. He just probably lived in the city for a little bit. But we used to just be talking stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, making TDC pizza, you know about that. I made his food and stuff, but you know, we was kicking it, bro. We was kicking it, you know what I'm saying? But we was only in that dorm for like 2 months, and then he ended up going to the SHU, and then right after he went to the SHU, I left to Beaumont to go do the drug program, the RDAP program. But yeah.
Well, that's live, man. That he rocked with you enough to like get on that track, even though it was like a little intro, but that's a lot to give you that cosign.
I ain't gonna lie though, like there was some tension, right, between him and his homies, like, and you know, even though we on different sides and stuff, like where I was at in the dorm, it was only me, like as far as the homeboys, you know what I'm saying? It was just like me and I have my homeboy J-Rod over there, you know what I'm saying? But I told my homeboy J-Rod, because J-Rod from San Antonio, so it was just us two as far as like the thongos, but I told bro, because that's how I am though. If I rock with you, I rock with you. My homeboys like that though too. Like if we mess with you, we gonna blow us out. Just like, hey bro, like you dealing with me, you showing me love, putting me on your story, like you dealing with me, bro, like I'ma rock with you. You know, anything go down, like he'd always be like overstood. That's how he talk, you know. But yeah, he was cool, bro. You know, he was cool.
And then y'all ended up getting out like around the same time. He got out like a week, 2 weeks before you, something like that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got his dad's number. I shot a text. But I ain't get a text back. But I really need to just call him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure they got a lot. And I know they got a lot going on. But I got his dad and his brother's number. I just, like I said, I'm just not the type of dude to just be, hey, bro, like, woo, let me let him get settled. You know who I am. Like, I ain't sweating that. And, you know, he a real one, bro. Like, you know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up.
Shit, hopefully we get a track one day, man. That'd be live.
Well, Jumbo and him was talking about probably bringing them down here, man, and letting us rock out together.
That'd be live.
You know what I'm saying? That was a conversation going on. So, you know, we'll probably make it happen. Just got to see.